Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello. Got your 3-alarm burger on. That's right.
6 minutes.
It wasn't 6.
Spent longer on the can than you are going to
wasn't
eat,
6
eat that thing.
minutes. It was delicious. BTV, get out there. It's one of the last days for the special, right? Was it just to Wednesday? Yeah. Then it's all over. Thanks for getting your pod on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. So the teams for the Super Bowl are set. Do you feel better, Mark, as a Bills fan, that Kansas City is moving on to the Super Bowl? Does that make it a little bit better?
Yes, it does. But the problem is, it's like the whole 13-second thing. If the Bills would have beat Kansas City, most likely they would have beat Baltimore. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think that's a little frustrating?
I don't know. The Baltimore can run the ball. For some reason, Kansas City stopped them early yesterday, and they abandoned the run.
They did abandon the run. They went into drop back. It was stuff they hadn't played.
They had a total of 9 carries for the game besides Jackson.
That one where it bounced off one of the guy's heads and then he catches it himself. I'm like, he's got a what's always the saying? Who was it who said he can't? Oh, it was Giselle about Tom Brady.
He can't
throw and
catch
it. And
apparently
I
if you're fast enough.
Lamar says, hold my 40.
Wow. I mean, I didn't know what to think of that because I don't think Kansas City scored at all in the second half.
No.
So that's not
Baltimore defense is no joke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I don't know, did they get lucky? Look, Travis Kelce is a gamer. When the game is important like this, I feel like he finds another gear.
But how are guys like him and Gronk to an extent back
I
in the
don't
day,
know.
how are they always open?
They're always open.
Good.
I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it happens sometimes during the regular season as much. There's a game or two that maybe, I don't want to say they take a game off. That game looks brutal.
Like Gronk was always open. Kelce was open. Kittle's usually wide open.
And this is like watching the Patriots, and you can attest to this being a Patriots fan. They would have clunkers during the season. We're like, oh, this is not our year.
Right.
Or the one year they were getting crushed in week 4.
Didn't they drop 4 games in the beginning? Yeah. And
all
maybe
of a
they were
sudden
2
it
and
hits
2.
the postseason, and Brady and Gronk are totally different guys.
Yeah.
And they've done the same thing to Mahomes that Brady had never had a receiver except for Moss one year. He had Edelman, guys like that, but he made those guys good.
Yeah, he did make those guys good.
And, they went somewhere else and they weren't as good.
They were not.
And he's doing it without a receiver. They traded his best receiver away 2 years ago, and he's been in the Super Bowl twice since.
Yeah, Tariq.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was the 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? Once he got that ball, it was over. Can you feel that pain still? I mean, you can, right?
Yes.
That was the most amazing game I had ever seen. The last 2 minutes, the score changed.
Yeah.
But went back and forth. Three times?
3 times.
I couldn't believe that.
As a non-fan of both teams, that was an amazing game to watch.
Yeah.
It
was a great football game.
I stressed it for my friends, but not like I would if it was the Cowboys,
Dallas.
So, but man, watching that game was just incredible.
How would you feel if it was Dallas and they won?
Oh, I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's like the ultimate contest, right?
Yeah.
That was the ultimate contest. Now, I don't know if anybody saw this. It was everywhere yesterday. But normally before a game, they go and they do the kicker will go to the opposite end. So if my team's warming up at one end, the kicker goes to the other end.
Saw this today.
Yeah, and Justin Tucker for Baltimore was down, and I guess he knew to move his stuff for Pat Mahomes. But then all of a sudden you see Travis Kelce take his helmet and his stuff and throw it.
They asked him.
Yes.
Patrick actually said to him, can you move your helmet? So he goes, I did move it. Apparently, it wasn't far enough. And I guess Kelce kind of took it to a different level. He started throwing his footballs away and the helmet away.
The helmet away, and then I think Mahomes picked up this kicking stand and threw that. I'm pretty sure if I'm going to hit the right button here, this is the audio of Justin Tucker talking about it after the game.
Fourth down decisions that were critical in the second half. Neither one was converted.
That's Dan Campbell.
Oh, that's Dan Campbell. Let me see. Wait.
Kelsey just joking around.
There it is.
I find it kind of silly that we're even having to address it or talk about something that happened before the game that I really don't see as a big deal. And I mean, I think if you just see the whole interaction and then you see us at the coin toss, we're all dapping each other up, and then we just get on with the football game. But for those that don't know, the way it works is each team's kicker goes to the other team's designated warm-up area on the field. And for me, it's usually about 90 minutes before kickoff. So I've been doing the exact same thing for 12 years. Never really had a problem with anybody. Yeah, that's just kind of the way we've always done it, and the way kickers around the league have always done it. And I saw Patrick there trying to warm up and get some dropbacks, so he asked me while I was on the ground stretching, like, if I could move my helmet. So I happily got up and I moved my helmet out of the way. At least I thought it was enough out of the way. And then Travis comes over and he just kicks my stuff and he throws my helmet. And I just thought it was all just some gamesmanship, all in good fun. But they seem to be taken a little bit more seriously. I'm totally willing to let it all go, but I just wanted to explain that that's just what I've done for 12 years, and it's
there you go. It seemed like it was kind of a nothing, but it was getting a lot of traction on social media.
Sounds like to me with what he was saying that they were just fucking around.
Yeah,
they were just busting each other's balls.
Yeah, that's what it seemed. That's what it looked like to me as well. But the way
that's what he's saying, but I think Kelsey was probably being a dick.
You think?
Yeah,
trying to get in his head a little bit.
Yeah.
Why
wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, that's the game.
Football,
that's the
right?
gamesmanship. Yeah,
right.
He is the best kicker in football. That's true. Yeah.
That's what his head a little bit.
Yeah,
screw everything up.
Right. It is kind of funny though. I mean, it was when you saw it like slowed down. They're showing it, and you're like, "Ooh, that's kind of a dick move." But then when you saw it in real time, you're like, "All right."
Did you hear or see the audio of the woman yelling at Taylor Swift coming out of the field after the game when they were all on the field doing this woman's yelling at her, screaming at her, "You're ruining football!" Oh, a woman.
How is she ruining football?
It's a woman.
She's getting a lot of it's getting more eyes on the game. I would think. I don't know if it'll stay
today, right?
Yeah,
she generated $335 million.
Yes.
There goes one of the questions for tonight, you dick.
$335 million.
How the hell did they figure that?
I don't know.
Sales and jerseys and
but there's got to be a formula somewhere that
they're saying
maybe
the NFL, Kansas City. How they determine that? I understand Kelsey's jersey is now #1 sales.
Yes.
Since, but how do you figure the rest? How do you know it's helping TV ratings and stuff like that?
I don't know. I wonder if it did help with. I mean, look, you had one of the most viewed games in the history of divisional playoffs.
Oh, sure.
Was Kansas City Buffalo at 50 million average, 53 million peak. That's crazy.
You are getting, the kids today had their Kelsey jerseys on, and these kids
they don't
watch. Yeah, they don't watch.
And they don't know. Do they know anything? Did you ask any questions?
They know now. They learned the game, and it's funny how smart they are and how they learned
Mr.
the
Hellman
game.
scolded them all at lunch today.
No, that's Taylor's man. I have no problem with him.
Yeah.
So,
the other game was disappointing to me.
Terrible.
What happened there? I mean,
bad coaching.
Well,
talk about just falling apart in the third quarter.
I can't tell if it's bad coaching or not, and I'm really serious. And Matt, I'll defer to you on this. That first half, they ran for 148 yards on 21 carries. The Lions did for 3 scores at will. Then what's his name? Gibbs fumbled, and I don't know if they didn't trust Gibbs after that. But I mean, it was one fumble. You were running roughshod. It was bully ball, man. That was bully ball.
I mean, you threw to the same receiver the second time that dropped it the first time at fourth down. So if you're gonna do that, you got to let Gibbs keep running. I mean, they got strong, fast backs.
Yeah,
good offensive line. Just keep running it down their throats. And twice they ran the ball on 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 12 and got it.
Yeah, right. And they did get it. And then it was, I think they were on the San Francisco 28, 4th and 2. 7:03 left in the third quarter, and it was a pass. And I don't know why he wouldn't run there. All he needed was 2 yards to get the first down, and it was to Josh Reynolds.
It was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
They hit him in the hands.
Why doesn't? Yeah.
Because San Fran's looking for the run there. You run the ball at the middle and get stuffed. Everybody's gonna say, "Well, geez, you ran right at the middle. Why don't you do something?" He can't win no matter what. That 4th down, I have no problem with them going for it because they're still up by 14 at that point. You're trying to put the dagger in it. The second one where you're going and you're down 3, I have a problem with that one.
Yeah. Because you could have tied the game with a field goal, and you were within field goal range at that point.
They weren't chip shots, so let's honest. I think the one was 42, and the other one was 36.
Yeah, I think the second one was 36 because they were at the 30-yard line, back it up, something like that. This is Campbell after the game talking about it, who almost I couldn't tell if he was crying or not. Dan Campbell gets a little emotional.
4th down decisions that were critical in the second half, neither one was converted. particularly the second one. Why not take a field goal there and maybe stem the bleeding a little bit?
Yeah, I just felt really good about us converting and getting our momentum and not letting them play long ball. They were bleeding the clock out. That's what they do. And I wanted to get the upper hand back, and it's easy hindsight, and I get it, I get that. But I don't regret those decisions, and that's hard. It's hard because, we didn't come through. It wasn't able to work out, but I don't. And I understand the scrutiny I'll get. That's part of the gig, man. But, we just didn't work out.
Just didn't work out. I mean, I got to say, that guy impresses the hell out of me.
I mean, this isn't the first time. He's done it all year.
Yeah.
And don't forget, against Dallas, he went for 2, even though they got a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
He still went for 2 again.
Yep.
He's got big balls. I give him credit for that. Just think in this situation, you got to. The second one, I would have kicked the field goal.
There's got to be somebody on his staff telling him that it's not don't go.
Ultimately, it's up to him, though. So.
It is. I mean, look, I always think a leader, the one thing a great leader does is make a decision, and they make it quickly. They go back and adjust, but they don't procrastinate on a decision. And I'm not saying, look, in a game you don't have much time, so that maybe it's not a great example. But to me, I go, boy, this guy's a leader. He's something.
Players love him.
Yeah.
And, if you look at you knew he was going to go for it. He knew it ahead of time because on 3rd and 4, he ran.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to get that first down, he would have threw for it. He figured if I can get 2 yards here, I only need to get 2 more yards, I can do it. So he set himself up to go for it.
I think Barry Sanders gets upset seeing a coach like that. I mean, I saw him yesterday up in the suite, like he's sitting by himself in that big overstuffed chair. But I go, you had 1 year that was really good, right?
Yeah,
you had one really good year.
Wasn't so great.
Yeah, and then it was like, whoop. Everything just went to shit after that, and they traded away anybody that was halfway decent on that team.
And they had some good players.
They did.
And they had good players after Barry. But, man,
did you watch the documentary?
I did. It's great.
It is great. Yeah. It's on Prime, and it's very good. It's a very good documentary on him. Well, I don't know. These the right teams to me? I mean, a lot of people said 49ers were the best team in football this year. Agreed? Disagree?
I thought they were.
You did?
Yep. I think they were.
How did you feel yesterday? I mean, what I think they didn't account for yesterday, and I didn't watch many San Francisco games at all, but from what I read, I'm parroting other people, is that Purdy didn't run. Like, you didn't see him as a mobile quarterback much during the regular season. That he sort of surprised them when he would take off.
Yeah, he did what he had to do. I mean, I'm not one of those guys going to tell you he's a game manager. He's not a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback, period. Yeah. But is he a superstar in this league? Probably not. He's got an amazing team around him between Ayuk and Debo and McCaffrey, and then a great offensive line, a great defense, and their special teams is good except for the kicker. He's got a great team. He's in a perfect position, and he bailed them out because they gave up all those picks for Lance, and they had nothing.
What do we think 2 weeks from now? We'll be sitting here probably. What do we think? Who will be the winner of the Super Bowl?
Kansas City's going to win the game.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Really? Even after everything he just said about all the team and
Kansas
surrounding.
City wasn't supposed to beat Buffalo. They weren't supposed to beat. They weren't supposed to beat Baltimore.
Right.
And they're not supposed to beat San Fran. Now they're going to win the game.
You think so?
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't think they can beat San Fran.
You don't want San Fran.
Fran's going to win too, just
because
they're running it back from a few years ago.
Listen, the Eagles and then San Fran. I mean, we're tied for Super Bowls, and we're not going to see one for a while. So
McCaffrey's not. I mean, he got
amazing.
Dunked on his head. Did you see that one where he landed like on his skull?
People forget how great he was until he got the injuries with Carolina. He was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
And he's right back to that form. His father was great too.
Yeah, I forget that his dad played.
Yeah, he was with
Denver, right?
For Denver,
yeah. A poll found 1 in 11 viewers of the Super Bowl will have no idea until they turn on the game who's playing in it. I don't know how that is possible. That's what it says. Wow. I don't know. 9% of people who plan to watch the Super Bowl say they won't know which teams are playing it until the game starts.
Well, you got those casual people that just want to watch for the commercials and don't really care about
halftime show.
Oh, they're going with their spouse to the party,
Yeah. The average viewer will watch 29 minutes of the game itself. It's 60 minutes of gameplay, so you're watching basically a half. Yeah. But, because you're talking, you're eating, you're doing your different thing. Will there be a big party at BTB?
It'll be busy. I mean, I hate to say it, but the 49ers winning is the best thing that could happen to us because we have that huge
49ers
fan. It was busy last night.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
1 1/3 of Americans can name last year's Super Bowl champs. Only a third. I said 1 1/3. That sounded ridiculous. Only a third can name that. And a lot of us just want to socialize at parties. That's it. So that's why you probably get 29 minutes of viewing and only so many people knowing who's in the game.
And the least productive day of the week or year is next Monday or the Monday after the Super Bowl.
Could you imagine now if Buffalo? It was almost like you'd have to give the day off to people the next day.
Make it a holiday.
Well, we've talked about that for a long time. Like it should be a holiday on Monday after the Super Bowl.
Or just make it a Saturday night when they know they're going to have the audience anyway.
Why don't they? There was a reason why I thought years ago given as to why they don't move the game to Saturday, the big game. And I don't remember why.
I don't know.
There was some.
It's got to be a TV thing.
It must be, and now you've got tradition and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, what if they give you the day off of school after the Super Bowl? Man, you'd need Monday and Tuesday off.
Oh yeah, baby. The Bills?
Yeah.
I'll take the
that's what I'm saying.
I'll take the week off.
Yeah,
But no, you guys lived here when the Bills went to 4. Yeah. I was in college, half paying attention because I was downstate, so I was a Giants fan. I was excited when they missed the field goal. But I mean, I don't remember how was it the next day? Depressing? It had to be depressing. Not for you.
I don't.
That was amazing.
I don't remember.
Well, were you in high school then?
No, I was just out of. It was my first year out of high school, and I was working 2 full-time jobs. But my night job was at Sam's Club, and working stock.
You were working 2 full-time jobs?
Yeah.
Man, what a hustler.
So I went in after the game, and just was so happy because before the first one, they all talk shit the entire week, and just I took it, But man, I had so much to say, and they said, "Well, wait, we'll see next year." I said, "You just lost 52-17. I don't think you should be talking about playing again." And then, lo and behold, here we are playing again. I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And luckily, we got lucky in the second half.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
A lot of depressed people back in those days.
Yeah,
like
I
4
know.
years in a row.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that alone is impressive as hell to go 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive as hell. I don't know that it'll happen. Well,
Isn't Kansas City on 3 now?
I think they're on.
Are they in 3? No, because Cincinnati lost to the Rams.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, so this is 2 in a row for them.
'Cause they've been in 6 championship games since Mahomes has been there.
Right.
And I think 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls.
You got it.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy, and it shows you how good. I mean,
In this day and age with a salary cap.
Well, you look at Patrick Mahomes, and yet as much as I always go, but the guy is maybe the most gifted. I don't want to say the best.
No, he's never going to be Tom Brady, but the things he can do with his feet,
amazing,
and the way he runs, and he throws it, sidearm.
And that's when you watch Josh with him. I mean, those are 2 of the most athletic quarterbacks, I guess you could say. Where do you put Dak in there? Not to pick on anybody, but is he?
He's athletic.
Yeah,
he's
is.
He's not these guys. Well, I mean, Mahomes is athletic, but he's not like Josh Allen is a beast when he's running.
Yeah,
the
he
ball.
is a
He'll
beast.
run you over.
Yes,
Mahomes gonna, he's gonna miss you. Allen's gonna run your ass over. So I give Allen or Dak. He's probably he's top 5 as far as athleticism.
Yeah,
Lamar is amazing. Don't even put it out there. Lamar is amazing as an athlete. He's just a terrible quarterback.
What is the who do you see there? Like as we look forward, now we know this year, right? And we're probably going to see one of these teams. You're saying Kansas City. I think Matt secretly thinks it's going to be the 49ers, even though he doesn't want it to be.
And I hope it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, but next season, Dallas. A lot of pressure on him this year. No?
It's not.
You don't
Dallas.
think so?
I'm never going to believe that again until it happens.
Okay.
I fell for it this year for the first time.
What did they
ever.
win? 13?
12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, tough schedule next year. There needs to be a lot of changes in Dallas before it happens. And the problem is, the more podcasts I'm listening to, the more it sounds like Stephen Jones is kind of holding Jerry back from doing things. He doesn't want to take the risk that Jerry used to take. As long as they're going to keep doing that, they're making money. That's all they care about.
That's all.
Jerry wants to win. Stephen, he could care less. He wants to make that money.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting.
There's so much time between now and the season, though. You got the draft and free agency.
Yep. All that stuff. We'll take a moment. You're a wrestling fan, correct?
Yes.
This Vince McMahon stuff.
He's fucked.
Okay. A woman wrote me about this. Not thinking the way I think most people would think a woman would look at this. It's an interesting take on it. And we'll get into that next.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, it's an interesting take. It really is. And some of if you read through some of I think the Wall Street Journal put out the text, which they probably shouldn't, but They did, and they're pretty graphic, pretty gross, some of them. But
I'm not surprised.
From him?
I'm not shocked.
Yeah. From Vince. Wait till you hear some of these
You
things.
should have just paid the rest of the $3 million and you wouldn't have any problems.
This is the thing, but this woman has an interesting take on it, and it's one that I think that a lot of people probably have, but maybe aren't comfortable saying these days. BTB, though, I'm always comfortable there. The 3-alarm burger is so good. I could not stop. I said to these guys, and I was not kidding. I'm driving here, and I go, you know what I do? If Matt brings it in, he said last week he's going to bring it in, I'll cut it in half, I'll eat half, and I'll eat the other half tomorrow. I ate the whole thing. Happened. And these assholes kept sitting there, 6 minutes, I'll eat in 6 minutes. 4 minutes.
We're never wrong.
Well, you're not, Kevin. You're right. But
next time I'm bringing you 2 so you can save one for tomorrow.
Dude, that is so good. That is phenomenal. The onion ring. The had jalapenos on there, pepper jack cheese, Cajun seasoning. I love it, and it's not, to me, it's not obnoxiously hot. I've had stuff where you can't eat it, you can't enjoy it. This is tasty, man. That was a really great burger. The chips to me are the best in the area, phenomenal. And then what did you have?
I just got the Dirty Bird.
The Dirty
Bird, a little chicken breast with some garlic parm on there.
Look at you. Wow.
He usually comes with a salad, but he asked for chips. Not sure why. It seems like he'd be a salad guy. I don't know.
I would eat the salad.
I love Kevin. I love you, buddy.
I
being true to, I know you do. That's true. It's all right. True to you. That's it. And you got a couple more days. You can get a few shareables that I loved over there. Was the chips 3 ways. Your chips are, dude, so good. But you get the barbecue, you get the ranch, and then. Is it just the plain chip?
The plain ones, yeah.
And the garlic aioli. Phenomenal.
Yeah. I got a couple that come in twice a week. They just get the chips right now for the shareable first and then the food.
Yeah.
They're in anyways twice a week, but they can't. They tell everybody about them.
So we got a new month search Thursday. What do you got?
I'll have to look.
Anything Valentine's Day related? Like the sweetheart? Nothing?
No. There's no love and stuff in it.
Yes! I like it.
Could you cold-hearted bitch.
We were talking about it earlier. We were joking around, but could you do something food-related with, like a marijuana? Could you have that infused into the food?
I honestly don't know.
Is that a law?
It's something you'd have to look into. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but...
There's got to, nowadays there probably is, but they got... New York State's going to want something, right?
Well,
they're
always going to want their cut, right?
Yeah,
I really want that burger, and then really want that second burger.
Time for dessert.
That's right. Keep it coming.
Here comes the brownie sundae.
BTB Wood-Fired Pizza and Grill in the Mall at Grease Ridge. It's so much more than wood-fired pizza, and not a bad place to watch any game, especially now as we got basketball, hockey coming up. You're going to have the tournament in March. 50 TVs is a great place to settle in, and always great specials. Be sure to check it out. Check them out on Facebook. It's BTB on Facebook, right?
BTB Rock, ROC.
BTB ROC on Facebook, and you can see everything there as well. We will take a moment and give you some of this Vince McMahon stuff and an interesting take from a female listener. Get to all that next.
From the Mac of all